All right, so what we got going on here today is a Impulse RC 5-inch alien. As you can see, a standoff punched right through the bottom there. You can see the hex piece that pushed through. Got a little crack coming off to the side, bulging up right here. See that a little better. So I'm gonna try to revive this, and you'll see this video if it works. If not, well, that never happened. So I think I can fix that with some 2-part epoxy, my drill press base here, and a couple clamps. Now what I intend to do is essentially fill that entire hole with epoxy. And then I got a cheap ruler here that I use more for a straight edge. I'm just gonna clamp it down and let it sit overnight. And then once it's all cured, we can relocate that hole because we know where the other ones are. Since this is very symmetrical, we'll be able to space this, space these 2 holes, space these 2 holes. Yeah, that's right, those 2 holes, to find that hole. So we'll just drill that out when we're all said and done. So let's get going. Let's see what happens. That's more than enough. So I don't want epoxy on my press base there, so I'm gonna use a piece of cardboard. I guess that side will work. Thought one side was laminated more than the other. So let's go ahead and fill this side first. So the idea is when I clamp it down, it hopefully goes in between the layers of the fiberglass and then hardens. So that's pretty good. Trying to get epoxy all over the frame. If any's in the way of the standoff, so I'll just sand it down. This is what I love about drones is you can usually figure out a way to fix stuff somehow, minus electronics. I know some people out there are really good at it, but structurally wise, fiberglass, you can usually fix it pretty good. Oh, it's a lot of epoxy. I actually bring a little bit off. There we go. How's that side look? Kind of running a little bit. That's what that crack is, so I do want some epoxy there. Okay, I think I'm gonna have the bulge down since that's a harder surface. What I might do here, since I don't want to get epoxy in random locations on my bottom part there, I'm just gonna go like this. All right. So let's do that. I've seen both sides are covered pretty well. Let's fill that hole up one last time. Really cut it close on the epoxy, but I think we'll be okay. Let's just grab this piece here. I know it's getting smeared all over the bottom side. Too many epoxies interfering with a standoff or a nut. I'll just go ahead and sand it down. So let's, do I want to do it like that? Now let's take another little piece of paper. Let's throw it right there. I realize that's going to be epoxied to it, but it's paper, so I'm not too concerned about it. I'll be able to sand it off. Like that. These clamps aren't made for this. Drill press. Just work if you manipulate them right. Yeah, it'll be a lot easier to pull that paper off rather than a aluminum ruler that I'm using. Where's that at? Right there. I'm gonna take my marker, put a little dot so I know where that hole is. Let's go like that. Let's work smarter, not harder, and put this right there so it's not wanting to cantilever off the table. Or well, anyway. Struggling to find the right angle here. There we go. crank the shit out of that. That's rolled epoxy. Scrape that off. So the second clamp probably isn't necessary, but just in case I missed it a little bit, throw it on there just in case. Crank the crap out of this one as well. All right, we'll check back in 15, it's 15-minute epoxy, but honestly, I think it takes 30. So we'll check back in 30 minutes. All right, let's see what we got. Okay. Paper's gonna be stuck, of course. That side looks okay. Let's see how this goes. Side looks okay. Wow, that looks pretty good. Not too shabby. No more bulge. Can't see the holes filled with epoxy. We'll drill that out. We'll get that right. First, I think I'm gonna hit it with a piece of sandpaper on this side. Might not even need to. We'll see. I don't like the way that epoxy's peeling. That's interesting. It's peeling off like rubber glue. So you just don't kind of sand it. But I don't think it's cured all the way. I think I'm gonna put some more epoxy on it and let it sit overnight. I'm just gonna redo what I did, put some more epoxy in there, reclamp it down, and let it sit overnight. So we'll see what happens in the morning. All right, it's the next day. Let's see what we got. It's glued to the ruler. Let's get this piece off. It's nice and smooth. Oh, let's see if we can. Oh, there we go. That was easy. Let's see how this comes off. Well, kind of as I expected. Oh, not too shabby. Oh, it's super nice and smooth. I suppose we can just pull off. this excess. Not bad. It's barely a bulge. If you didn't know it was there, after you get some of this epoxy off, you wouldn't even know it's there. So I'm gonna hit that quick with a little bit of sandpaper, and I'll be right back. All right, so we can find the center of that hole I filled two ways. Preferable way would be to use a compass or a protractor and measure the distance between this hole and that hole right there. You guys can't really see the hole too well, but that one and that one. And then we can take that and swing an arc and leave a little scratch mark. Let's see, am I doing this right? Let me think about it a second. Yeah, from here to here. So we'll put the protractor over there and we'll swing it this way. We'll put a little mark there. And then we'll measure from this hole here to that hole there. And we'll put one end of the protractor here and we'll swing it here, scoring it as well. And right where the two arcs intersect is exactly where we need our hole. Unfortunately, I don't have a protractor or a compass with me, so we're gonna do it the second way. We're gonna measure these two holes with a caliper, center it as best as possible. Okay, so it's about 43 millimeter. And then I'm gonna bring it over here, go to center. I'm just gonna use a little X-Acto knife. I just wanna make sure I'm doing this right. Right there. Sure. Right about there. Just put a little mark there. Let's see how that looks. Yep, I can see it. Looks like it's crossing where the hole old is. Just deepen that off camera a little bit. So that was a very light scratch. Okay, and then we're gonna do the same this ways. Or no, we're gonna do the same this ways. Looks to be about 47. Did I measure the right two holes? No, of course I didn't measure the right two holes. There we go. Now we're thinking. So, something tells me the center's gonna be about 30. So yeah, I'll put it at 30. For some reason, I feel like this hole's gonna be way off. last thing I want is a crooked standoff. So let's go ahead and mark this again. Let's see if we got any intersecting points. And I do. It's so subtle in the camera, and you guys have bad lights. Sorry about that. We'll turn those on. You can kind of see it. But I'm gonna go ahead and punch that hole quick. So there we are. I am about a 1/2 millimeter off in both directions. About 1/2 millimeter close and 1/2 millimeter close this way as well. That's why I do prefer the protractor method. Just seems like you get it spot on every time. But anyway, we saved a couple bucks, more than a couple bucks. Hopefully that standoff doesn't look too bad when I end up replacing the base plate I'm using right now. So we'll see, more to come.